Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Welcome to Before the Internet podcast number 1731. New projects. My apologies for being on so late. I fell asleep on the couch. Yes, true story. Fell asleep on the couch. I don't even know what I was watching. I was watching a movie on Apple TV. I can't remember what it was called. Fungi or something, based in the 70s when they're looking for this model, this actress or something. It had Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling in it. I think it was called Fungi. I don't remember, but I don't remember the end of the movie because I fell asleep. So, yes, so how has your Saturday been? Oh, feels good. I got to the end of it. We started the day off with a, our usual morning routine. Came home, had breakfast, then went outside and tackled the last of the weeds out there. Was out there for about 30 minutes. It was only in the 60s. Hadn't even hit 70 degrees. And we're out there for about 30 minutes, and it was just like, I am so hot because we were in the full. And Zippy's just like meandering around the backyard. I'm taking care of these things, and half of them are dead. So you're trying to pull them up, and they're just literally crumbling in your hands. And I was just like, this is not, I'm going to end up with more crumble stuff on the ground than I am pulling actual weeds out of the ground. So we got some of it done, but after 30 minutes, it was just too hot, even though it was only 60 something degrees outside. But we're in the full sun in the full sun. So got a little bit of coloring on. So I came inside and got all cleaned up and everything else, and got some stuff done around the house until it was time to meet with a client. And we had a really good call this afternoon on new projects and things I'm going to be working on for her. And I'm super, super excited because there's lots of fun stuff and everything else. And by the time we finished our call, it was like 3:00 in the afternoon. I hadn't eaten since breakfast. I was starving. And for some reason, I was just really tired, probably because I was hungry and I was just really, really tired. So after that, I went and made baked a sweet potato. Because then I got it and I scooped out all the meat on the inside and I mashed in some tuna with it. And see, I had the sweet potato, the tuna, a little bit of butter, some some ground mustard, some paprika, some Himalayan salt, some shredded coconut, unsweetened shredded coconut. And I chopped up some dates and put it in there and mixed it all together and put it back inside this. Oh, it was so good. And Zeffy's sitting like right. I decided to eat on the couch instead of at the table. I usually eat at the table, but I'm sitting on the couch there. She is like right here, and her nose is right here as I'm eating. And her nose goes as she's following me from the sweet potato up to my mouth. And if I looked at her, she just like stare straight ahead out the window, where the blinds were closed. But yes, I had that for lunch. It was really, really yummy. I'm gonna have to remember that recipe and make it. See, the problem is I make stuff and I just throw things together. Right, these days I've just been throwing things together, and I was talking with my friend today, and I says, I found this really great dish. I said, this is what I love having for breakfast right now. She says, what's that? And I said, I take about a 1/4 pound of ground beef, throw it into my little I've got an omelet size pan, and which is like I think like 8 to 9 inches round, across the thing, just an omelet size pan. And I said, I throw the ground beef in there and start cooking it. I said, when it's almost cooked, I crack a couple of eggs in there and mix all of that together. And then I put about 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree in there with it, with some seasonings, and then throw it and once it's all cooked, throw it in a bowl and eat it. She goes, that sounds really good. I said, it is. And I said, and then before I put the ground meat in there, though, I cook an egg, because that's Zeffy's egg. So that goes into her I've got these little stainless steel bowls for her, and it goes in her stainless steel bowl for her. And then I make it's with ground beef, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree, and you will get 3 to 4 of those out of a 15-ounce can. And then we'll throw in some seasonings and call it a day. Put some honey mustard on it and a little bit of ranch, just a little bit of ranch, not a lot. And that's really good. And I said, that keeps me going. didn't have that this morning. Had to pull some more ground beef out of the freezer this morning so it would defrost. So I'll be having it for the next 3 or 4 mornings, depending on how much is in there. But we were talking food and recipes today. It was awesome. So I just get things where I wonder what this will be like together. And it's me being in the kitchen, being my creative self. This is what I have always done in the kitchen. Yes, I have lots of recipe books. Yes, I love looking up recipes and I start making them. And if it's something that's like a meal, it's just like, I don't actually like that ingredient. Oh, let's see if this will work. And I just experiment on things. And I've never made, and mac and cheese, I have never made mac and cheese the same way twice. Never. Yes, it has the roux, and then I make the cheese sauce, and then the macaroni, and then I got away from doing that and did a gluten-free, dairy-free version, which was really, really good. But then it's what I put in it. So there's the basics. And then there's what Helen decides to add, which is basically open up the refrigerator, get an idea, or walk into the pantry, get an idea of what's sitting in there on the shelves or whatnot, and just take a handful of this, a handful of that, or a little bit, a sprinkle of this, a sprinkle of that, a dash of this and a dash of that, and there you go. It's done. I love doing that sort of stuff in the kitchen. So today I got to do that as well. And I also, while I was waiting for the sweet potato to cook, I made some sweet potato fries, and I've been making them from scratch. And I have this really cool wavy cutter. And it's a blade that goes straight across, and that kind of handle goes across, it doesn't actually go up that high. It just goes across one end to the other. And so you can grip it, and you just use your weight and just press down on it. And it creates crinkle cut. And when I use it, I create crinkle cut sweet potato fries. And then I cook them in my air fryer. And so I made some of those while I was waiting for the sweet potato to bake today. And those were really good too. And then put I put a little bit of avocado oil on them, tossed them with that, threw some different seasonings onto it, and then stuck it in the air fryer and put it. I usually do them for 20 minutes, but something told me not to do those ones this long. So I did them for 18 minutes, 9 minutes. And then at 9 minutes, I switched the racks over because I have a top rack and a bottom rack. My fryer has a door that opens down. So it's like an oven door. It just sits there and it opens down instead of doing these basket things, and you just switch the racks around and close it back up and press the button and away it goes again. So did that. Zeffie enjoyed those. Again, she's here. I'm here eating my fries. But but I got some new projects to start working on, which is totally awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I'm getting my teeth sunk into these ones, and have a short week this week for work. So I'm going to be doing a lot of work this week. Tomorrow, Zeffie gets to go to the groomers and gets groomed before she goes to see the dog sitter. And then I'm off to San Diego for a few days to spend some time with my grandsons. Yay! I'm looking forward to spending some time with them. But I will still be working when they're in school. I'll be working, and so their school day happens to when I have to pick them up from school, I've already finished my work for the day. So that's awesome. So yes, that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that coming up. So I got a road trip coming up. Yay! We like road trips. Haven't done one for a while. So I'm sort of like planning ahead. I'm like, okay, I need to hard boil some eggs on the road. I got to make sure I got lots of protein with me to keep me awake. I was like thinking, I could just stop at a drive. And I'm like, no. When we stop at drive-thrus, we end up with too much sugar, and we end up getting that sugar rush, and that overloads of carbs and not enough protein. And I'm being a little more cautious now with what I'm eating. And I haven't had fast food since, where are we? April, almost May. So I haven't had fast food since January, I think was the last time it was either January. January or the first week of February. So since then, I have not had any fast foods, have not eaten out. I've made everything at home. Haven't even got meal service, didn't even get any of that stuff delivered. So I've just been eating at home and making my meals each night. And it's been kind of cool. It's been a lot of fun. And, I've been getting this craving, though, to go get fast food. And I'm like, no. No, I've got a craving for fries. All right, we've got sweet potatoes. Let's go make some fries then. And so I've been doing things like that. So I am starting to load up with getting some stuff ready for the road trip, and I'm making sure that it's very protein heavy, because that will keep me going and keep the stamina up and things like that. And I need a lot of protein. I do. My friend found out today I have 5 eggs for breakfast when I make an omelet. She's like, "You do 5?" I said, "Well, I actually cook 6." She goes, "You have 6 eggs for breakfast?" I'm sort of like, "No, I have 5, but one's for Zephyr." So I cook Zephyr's egg, and then I put my 5 eggs in. This is when I'm not doing the ground beef thing. And I put my 5 eggs in the pan and scramble them. And she's like, "Okay." And she says, "That doesn't float." I said, "Well," I said, "I can tell if it's less than 5 eggs. If the protein is less than what 5 eggs gives me, I can tell the difference." And she's like, "Okay." She says, "That's 30 grams of protein. That's not bad." I says, "I know." That's just breakfast. And then we're going to make sure we get another at least 30 in it at lunchtime and that sort of stuff, because that keeps the energy going. So I'm starting to do planning for, and I've got my electric cooler that will be in the car, and it's one that runs off the that can be powered while I'm driving. And then when I get to San Diego, I have an AC adapter, so I can just plug it in. And so I'll have food there for on the trip out, and then we'll stock up for on the way back. And I'm sort of like thinking, now usually I go get some water that's in plastic bottles, but I don't want to do that this time. See, I've been listening to Nicole a lot and picking up little hints and tips. And when it comes to putting stuff in, I need to put this around. No, I don't. I just get this and do that. And so I've been, a lot of the stuff when she was talking about that detoxifying the kitchen, and we were talking about storage containers and things. Now when I've got something to put in storage, I'm like, oh, what have I got that's not plastic? And so I'll go and have a look, and I've got some bowls that are not plastic, but they don't have lids on them. So I'll put like parchment paper across the top of them, or I will get smart and I'll put parchment paper across the top, and then I'll put saran wrap around it. So it's still got so it's sealing it, but it hasn't got the plastic dripping onto the parchment paper. There is a barrier. I know it's not perfect, but for now it will do, until I figure out what storage containers I want to purchase. To keep, what glass containers I want to purchase to keep, to put in my pantry and things. And so it's been kind of fun working all that stuff out. And so I'm trying to figure out, well, I've got my reusable silicone. There's these really cool silicone baggies you can get. And you can get the snack size, you can get sandwich size, you can get the half gallon, you can get the full gallon. And they are silicone. They go in your fridge, freezer, microwave. I'm not sure if they go in the dishwasher, but because I always hand wash mine and then just leave them in the drying rack. So I'll be using those to put food. So I'm working out what foods I'm going to take with me, and I'm going to be putting them into those bags to take with me for the road trip out there. And we'll just see how it goes. And I'll take whatever perishables I have. I'm going to try and eat all my perishables that are in the fridge right now that can't be frozen. And then I'm going to make food ahead of time to take on the road trip with me. So I'll always have some snacks and stuff. And I'm going to get some nuts, because those are good things to snack on, especially not the peanuts, but the other nuts like Brazil nuts and hazelnuts and pecans and walnuts. Walnuts are really good. Pistachios, already shelled. What's that mix? Like it has cashews, almonds, Brazil nuts, pistachios. There's this nut mix I get that doesn't have peanuts in it, and it's really, really good. So that would be good to have as a snack for when I'm driving in the car. And and so I figured out the water thing. I have these 2 stainless steel bottles, for better word. And I thought, well, they're 64 ounces each, I think. Yeah, something like 64 ounces each. So I'll just fill them up with the filtered water and put them in the cooler, because I'll stand in the cooler and they can stay cool, and they can go in there with all the other food. And there you go. It's done. It's organized. And I don't have to worry about buying water that's in plastic and taking that with me. And then when I get the other end and it's time to come home, I just fill those water bottles back up and off we go. So yeah, it's coming up with all these these are the little projects I need to do to get ready to go. So I've been thinking about those today, and the projects I'm going to be working on for a client. I've been thinking about those, working on those today. So we'll get swing into action. and looking at my schedule coming up next week as to what I need to do, when I need to do it, and things like that, which is why Zeffie's going to the groomers tomorrow and not one day during the week, because, yeah, we just get that out of the way tomorrow. So she'll be all nice and fresh and groomed and have her nails clipped, because I hate clipping her nails. In fact, I don't even touch her nails, because if I try to clip her nails, yeah, no. The first time I got her nails clipped, she'd been with me, let's see, got her in November. So this when we were on the road in February, there was this PetSmart coming up, and I thought, I've got to get her nails done. So I thought, well, let me go to PetSmart, because I've got the groomers there, and see if they have space where they can do her nails right now. And this was kind of like our lunch break on the trip anyway. And so we found the shopping mall that had the PetSmart in. We walked in there, walked to the groomers and says, do you have somebody that can just clip her nails right now? And they're like, give me 5 minutes. And then somebody came out and did that. They put her on the table. Of course, I shouldn't have stayed in the room, but I did. And she is literally crying on this girl and the girl's sitting on the table there trying to do her back claws, and Zeffie's trying to climb over her shoulder. And she's got the leash on and everything else that they put on to help hold them on the table. And she is just looking at me and just crying. And we get back out into the RV, and she kind of settles back down again, because it was a traumatic experience for her. And so I gave her lots of loving. She got some treats, because she's such a good girl and all of that sort of thing. But yeah, I thought, I am not even going to, and she wouldn't let me touch her paws at all. I mean, at that point, I had just got her to the stage where I would put my hand out and she would high five me, and she would shake she'd shake paws, she'd high five. And then we got to the point where it was where she'd be laying there on the couch next to me. And so I'll just reach over and get her paw and just put it on my hand. And she would just, as soon as I did that, she would like pull it away. And so then I was loosely holding it so that she knew that she could pull it away, but it was just like, it's okay. And I would stroke her paw and give her pets and all of that. And so she got used to me doing that. After that, she wouldn't let me touch her paws. It took me a month to get her used to me handling her paws again. And now she's not, and so I thought there's absolutely no way I can ever clip her paws, because she's going to think if I pick up her paw, that I'm going to clip them. There's certain things that I do in this house that the second she sees me do it, she's like, I'm out of here. Like if I pull out her toothbrush and a toothpaste, which I do like every other day, I don't do it every day, it's every other day. So she comes in here and hops up onto her chair. She will get up on her chair and she just lays there and waits for me. And she'll put her head up here on the armrest. And then I come in my chair and I turn the chair around and I pull it back up so that the corner of the chair, so I've got my thighs wrapped around the corner of the chair so I can hang onto her head. And then she lets me brush her teeth, and her tongue's going in and out the whole time. It's absolutely, but she doesn't pull away. She doesn't try and get away from it. She's just sort of like, this is where I'm comfortable having this done. I know I've got to have it done. And yes, you're doing it again. So we're going to do it right. We're doing it on her terms. And in the mornings, like she'll jump up out of bed and go and sit on the floor. And I'll go, we're having my morning hugs sort of thing. And she'll just sit there and I walk up to her and she'll wake the tail, and I figure out I'm going to pick her up and put her on the bed so I'm not having to bend over. What does she do? She just flops down on the floor, rolls over on her back, spreads her legs wide so you can scratch my belly. And I'm just sort of like, and she knows that when she's on her back, it's more difficult for me to try and for her to pick her up, because she goes all floppy as well. She just like relaxes everything. And what you doing, Zeph? Zeffie, hey, for a ball. Yes, you. Come here. Somebody wants to say hi to you. Come here. Come here. See, she knows I'm trying to pick her up, so she's sitting down. Come here. Turn around. That is good girl. Come here. Come on. There you go. You can say hi to everybody. Yeah. You can see by her face that she really doesn't like being up here, because she can't grip onto anything. Come on, put your ears up. That looks so much better than you. Yeah, there you go. Good girl. There you go. People just wanted to say hi. Okay. There you go. Good girl. And I'll put her down and she'll stick her butt up in the air for scratches. Oh, no. No, you want head scratches this time. Okay, we want head scratches this time. So she knows when there's certain things I'm going to do to her. So she does whatever she can to combat them if she does, especially she doesn't like being picked up. And especially in the mornings. So she would just lay on her back and go completely limp. And she'll be on her back, legs all spread apart and completely limp. Because if I try and slide my hands underneath her, she's just sort of like a floppy rag doll. She really is. Yeah, I'm talking about you. So, yeah. So sometimes you got to be sneaky with her, but she kind of knows when something's up. She seems to sense it or whatever. So, so today was a really good day. even if I did fall asleep on the couch and got late on getting on here. So we're out of here now. We are going to go and we're going to go for a walk. That's what we're going to do. Oh, we're going to go for a walk. At least it wasn't windy today when we're outside in the garden. So the sinuses aren't as upset as they were yesterday. They're a little inflamed today, but we've been working on that. So, oh, Kathy just got back. So Kathy lives in Toronto, and she won our $50 gift certificate from the launch of our business, where we had the 30 days. You know, if you buy something from the store, you get an entry, and she won our $50 gift certificate. And she just went over to her US mailing address and picked it up today. So she'll be able to go shop on Amazon. Yay! So that's awesome that she got that today. I'm happy. Yeah, I love it. Oh, I have to show you guys my new shirt, and I haven't got it on. So it's down in the bedroom. So you're going to have to wait to see that one. I got this. I had my logo redesigned for Your Family Tree Detective. Up until now, it's been like this clip art thing that I just threw. I picked up like 3 or 4 pieces of clip art, put them together to make my logo, picked up font and all that, and that was it. It's been that way since December of 2020. And then I had a friend, and I got her, who is a very, very cool artist. And so she was redoing the banner for our YouTube channel. And I said to her, I said, do you do logos too? She's like, yeah. I said, I think you could. And I sent her off what I had done with the clip art. And I said, do you think you can clean this one up a little bit? And so she came back with some different designs. And I took one of them, and it's all green, and it's on a white t-shirt, and it looks fantastic. And she's given it to me in black, white, green. Yeah, black, white, and green, I think, are the 3 colors she's given it to me in. And it's a round one, and then she's also given me one that's a cross, so I can use it as a banner. And that it turned out fantastic. So I'm going to have to remember to bring, or maybe I'll bring that on tomorrow night on the show so you guys get to see it. But it looks fantastic. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. And I got it printed on a t-shirt, and it came out way better than I expected. So that was really cool too. And the t-shirt, despite the size, I got the size that I like things a little baggy, but I put this on and I'm like, okay, this is a little baggier than I expected. I could have actually gone down a size to what my actual t-shirt size is, and it probably still would have been a little on the baggy side. So you're going to get to see it tomorrow on the baggy side, unfortunately. Maybe I'll order another one in a smaller size. Yeah, might do that next month or something. But anyway, that's it. I'm out of here. What things have you been up to today? What cool things have you been up to today? Like I said, we got the weeding done. I met with a client today, got some new projects to work on with her. Got some other new projects for myself to work on this week, getting ready for a road trip. So yeah, this week it's going to be creating lots of different protein snacks. And I got some quinoa that I'm going to cook up as well. I'm probably going to make some energy bars out of the quinoa. I have some really cool recipes for some energy bars using quinoa. So I'm looking forward to trying those out and making those and taking them, because I have to do it tomorrow, make them tomorrow, so I can then try them out over Monday and Tuesday to see if they'll work, and then make some more on Wednesday to go on the road on Thursday. Yeah, that'll work. So anyway, but that's it. I'm out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific, and I'll try not to fall asleep on the couch before it's time to come on the air again. Hey, konera.